Well,
Shoot.
I mean, you've done a great job, by the way. When it comes
Thank you.
to, I mean, just simply by being a great friend, and I would not have done this an interview if I didn't think that you were worthy of being a great friend, and you have been.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
mean,
that, man.
and I mean, you've seen me when I've been down, and I've seen you when you've been down, and sometimes we just need time to get through the hard times, really. And I'm just happy to help you help. I'm just happy for my part that I'm helping you get through it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Because I need it, that's for sure. But I'm appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. It's
All
been
right.
getting better too. So
And hopefully I can invite a few of my friends to your server because I mean, don't get me wrong, the guys that you do have, and I say guys because that's all that's in there. I mean, you have, I mean, obviously you got your boy TJ
hmm
and your boy AC, but you also have here's a new guy I've never met, WrongButton.
Yeah,
I who is he or
I
she?
met him uh I think it was, I want to say 2017. No, it was 2016 I met him, I believe. I forgot where, but I liked one of his videos. I gave him a comment, and he commented back on one of mine, and we just kind of kept in touch ever since. There's a couple of others too that that's not on the server. There's another guy named Fraglrokt. He's a great guy too. He
Oh
does a lot of
yeah,
PC gaming. He does a lot of PC gaming, but he's busy right now with other stuff. Life gets in the way, but he's doing good.
that's
I have another friend named Katie. She's not on here yet either. She's busy with work and life and whatnot. But she's one person that I actually know in person because we used to go to the same school together, but she moved. So like there's her and then there's a couple of others too. But yeah, there's a lot of people. But yeah, invite people over, man. Sure. The more
well.
the merrier.
I
That's
mean,
some fun
because
here.
I have the list right here of other people, including and I'm looking at the May 30th tweet of people that you included, which not including myself, obviously, but you also have well, I can't pronounce her Japanese namesake, but she's known as Wintie.
I don't think she
Adrian.
has one, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always keep in touch with her too. She's great.
Oh yeah, I mean, she just thinks of others before she thinks of herself, and I respect that a lot about her. And she also does anime music videos, which
Uh,
um, I it takes a lot of talent to come up with the right song with the right video selections there. So I mean, that's one thing. Um,
Bree.
and then I believe another one is MBN John.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's on there.
So, I mean, any thoughts on John from what you know of him?
I haven't talked to him too much though. We kind of disagree about that Mayweather fight last night, but like it is what it is. You're not going to agree on everything. No hard feelings, so
No,
not at
I
all.
mean, and of
Yeah,
course
he's a
John
big wrestling
is.
fan too.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big wrestling fan. I mean, I've talked to him some. He's a great guy. He's been on my streams a few times too. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a really great person.
yeah, I've been friends with him ever since. Heck, I was friends with him even before he came out with the McRums, which is without a doubt the most successful parody to that of the Grums. I
Hey,
mean,
Grumps, yeah.
or the Game Grumps, sorry, but still.
Not yet. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Game Grumps.
They're very grumpy.
Game Grump. You're grumpy.
No, I'm just trying to make fun of the fact that they're grumpy.
So I really watched them hardcore. The Game Grumps. I remember they did a Sonic. What was it? It was they did a they did a Let's Play for Sonic 06, and one of them like got legit mad because it glitched on the
Oh
like
God,
times.
it's a shit fest. That game is.
He got legit mad. It was hilarious. I'm like, yep, that's Sonic 06.
It really is. And then a couple of then of course you have Ranger the Warrior. That's another new guy that has entered your life.
He's great too.
I don't know what else to say
He's
about
having
him
me
except. Sorry.
he's having me look at one of his videos, one of the intros of one of his videos, and I'll give him some feedback on it. It's good though. Let's see what he's trying to do. It's really good. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I want people to see for themselves.
Oh yeah.
But it's pretty cool though.
And then let's see who else. Oh yeah, and of course we have Iron Smasher, another good friend of mine.
Oh, oh yeah.
I mean, he
And
loves
Ranger
comic books.
Red.
Yeah, Ranger Red loves comic books. I mean, big fan. I mean,
He
of
was a
course, he's a
comic
big
book
fan
guy.
of Iron Man. That's kind of where he got his name from.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I didn't know he was in the comic books. I gotta talk to him about that. Wow.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
might have to add that
Cool.
to your text channels, comic books or Marvel more specifically, because that's what he's into.
Yeah, I'm more of a Marvel guy. The only DC I really like is Batman.
Of
Batman's my
course.
favorite superhero ever. But then everything else is just Marvel, 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 Marvel.
Yeah, of course.
Shoot, but that's good though. I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna add. I might do it right now. Actually, shoot, hold on.
What are you gonna
Is
do?
that? I'm gonna add comic books.
Gosh, I mean, it was really just a suggestion, but I didn't realize you were actually going to do it. Um,
Why not?
yeah, I guess why not? Really. Um, I mean, those are just some of the big names I can think of off that May 30th tweet that you made. Um,
Uh, it's like kind of a fresh start for me. Starting new, starting new and improved. I've been doing a couple of streams lately. I did a big one today. Probably the longest stream I've done in a while. Um,
yeah,
I
I
did take
was
a
at the.
long break though because I had to go to the store.
Oh
Oh, you were there?
no, I wasn't there, but I was at the gym, so I wasn't able to be there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You got one point got like 5 people on there. You know, I got a new follower too, so that's great. So that's always an added plus.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just have to. It's one of those things you just have to. I didn't start big right away. I only just had the fans that were the most loyal to me at the time start out with, but it just start. It's a spark that starts a fire.
I got it's just keep going, man. Um, you ever hear the law of attraction?
Mm, is it opposites attract?
No, it's pretty much whatever you put out there, it'll come back to you. Like some of the lines of that, like say you want
Oh,
something, you say,
oh,
"Oh man," like say like you want to say like you want a new car. Let's say you want a new car. I want to get a BMW or something like that.
right.
And like I want to get I want to get this new BMW. I'm gonna work hard for it. And you kind of put that positive energy out there, and then, but at the same time, you kind of like put in the work too to get there. Like you're working at the job, you're saving money or whatnot, but you just keep thinking like positively, like not gonna over obsess over it. But it's like I want to get that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen one day. Keep that positive mindset, and you keep working hard for it. Eventually, it's going to come to you. Eventually, you're going to get that.
Oh, I now know what you meant to say. What you get out of it, you put into it.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So I'm happy that you're taking, and another mistake that people often make, and I think it should be summed up this way: people are too quick to rush into something, and it's like going into a fight without a plan. If you don't have a game plan, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. You can't go into battle without a strategy.
Exactly. But but in all due seriousness, though, if it wasn't for our good friend ViaVanille, Gino, whatever you want to call her, if it wasn't for her, I never would have met you. So I do want to give a lot of thanks to her as well for that.
Paved the way for everything else till I get to this point. So I give a lot of thanks to her, and I always wish her the best.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think the only other thing I can mention before we exit off was for you guys, and by you guys I mean the people at home watching this. Um, he also does some reviews, like he does reviews of games, and of course it is subjective, but as far as as far as the work that he puts into them, they're awesome, and I'm gonna be curious as to seeing what you're gonna do, because I could only imagine what you have in store for the fans.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start. I've been thinking about trying to the clips I have for my streams, kind of like doing like a little highlight reel for my streams to kind of like some people to watch. It's like, hey, he does streams. Oh, they look pretty cool. I'm gonna check out his streams next time he's up. Next time he's live.
Oh yeah.
Kind of promote that a little bit.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
I have a. Oh yeah, definitely. I will. You're more than welcome to promote on my server too, man. Anytime.
Awesome.
Yeah, but on Saturday, my plan for Saturday is I want to make a big video. It's a pretty important video. This is about my comfort game and a comfort video game, and that video game. Well, I will tell you. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'll text it to you. I'll message it to you, but I'm not gonna tell everyone what it is. But it's a game that helped me get through some of the BS I've been going through right now. I've been going through a lot of crap at work, and it's like, you know what? I need to do something to kind of set the time away. And I need, like, on my lunch break, I'll sit down. It's like, man, I need to kind of decompress. And then, like, I sit down, I'll play the game, and I do feel like a little bit better. It doesn't completely take the pain or the annoying stuff away, but like it does kind of like maybe go breathe.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, those are you have to have that game. It's a great game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then one night remember one time I got off of work, I was just so like annoyed and like frustrated. I actually like kind of like sat down and played the game from beginning to end. And then I went home. I was in the break room playing the whole game. I just kind of smoked through it. I ripped right through it. It was pretty crazy. I never like really done that before.
Wow,
this is a game I've been playing since I was 6 years old too. So it's like I know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah, you must have been really pissed about something. I would hate to ask why exactly, but but I have had pretty shitty days too at work and other times at school, and just in general, really.
Something that I just have to get over, pretty much. That's all I can really say. And that's why I've had this focus on, like, I made a list of goals I'm trying to accomplish. I had the big goal list that I put on my on my Twitter, and I know you saw that.
Yeah, I did
But
see
what I
it.
also did too, yeah. And what I also did too was I took my I looked at that list because I am a kind of an impatient person. I hate to admit it, but like I think I found out one of my big problems is that I would set goals and hold on. I would set myself some goals and I'll try to follow through. In the first couple of days I'd be okay, then after one point I'd just kinda like be over it. And I think the problem was that the goals I set for myself I mean, they will probably happen like somewhere down the road. It's like I don't want to wait that long. I want something to happen good now. So what I did was I took the goals. I took a goal. I have the goals I have ready for it that I want to accomplish this year. And I kind of took some of that and I kind of like broke it down to like something I want to accomplish in a month. I took what I want to accomplish in a month and kind of broke it down to stuff I want to accomplish in a week. And it's like the week-long goals is stuff that I can do. So it's like something I can like, okay, yeah, I did this. Okay, I did that. Great. And if I keep going, then eventually I'll look at the end of the month. Come July 1st, I can look on the month. I'm like, damn, I did everything.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense.
no, it makes perfect sense, especially when you want to do it in baby steps. And change does not happen overnight. There are a few exceptions,
Exactly.
obviously, but it it takes baby steps, obviously, and I'm very and as a friend, you know, not as a YouTuber, but as a friend, I'm very proud of you, and I seriously mean that
Thank you.
because some people don't have goals, and whatever goals they may have, they always forget it. I'm guilty of it sometimes, obviously, but it's always good to have goals, and that's and like Stone Cold would say, that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. This one says DTA don't trust anybody, but I mean, I don't completely agree with that, but at the same time, he does kind of have. There's some people you shouldn't trust.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
But
but I do trust you though. So hey,
yeah,
you're
I
not on my
mean,
don't trust list. You're not on my DTA list, so you're good.
yeah, I'm just happy I'm not on the list of Jericho. Um,
Well, that too, yeah.
but I guess in closing, um, in closing, a good he's Adrian is you know if nothing else he definitely reminds me of me, um, in that we've been through the same struggles more or less. I mean he is a year older than me, but yet it's as if that we've been friends for life. That's just how
Mhm.
I look at Adrian, and while sure I haven't known him all my life, but it just feels like I have.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like we've known each other for a while, man. It's been a at least we have a lot in common. It's just easy to talk to. So it's like it really like it just makes things easy.
You know, I am a firm believer of if you make things difficult than they need to be, then what's the point? I'm just one of
Exactly.
those. It's really not that difficult to make something easy. Well, not to say that life itself is easy, because it's not, but there are just some things that should never be this hard. And just talking to somebody is one of them, which can be another topic for another time. But for Adrian Chamblee, Um, check out his channel. You can also check out his Twitch, and if you happen to have Discord, and you're in the Funhouse, he is there, so you can talk to him right there. For those who follow me there, um, and 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 do give his channel a chance. Very good stuff, and I don't. I pretty much have said all I need to say about him because he's just um, down to earth, and he's someone that you can easily identify with, and that's all I will say about that.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. And you have a great channel yourself. I love what you're doing. I love your streams. I love the wrestling streams you do. The simulations. I love that. Love that I was champ at one point too.
Yeah, that is funny to say, and I mean the only reason that you hadn't been on, well, that your character hadn't been on since was just simply the fact that you were um, under hiatus. So there's not much as a promoter, like, because I look at myself as the promoter of the wrestling show. I can't really do something with anyone if they're not there. It just kind of defeats.
That's why I never complained.
Yeah.
That's why I never complained about. It's like, well, I'm not there, so you ain't gonna put me on. I mean, well, hey, ain't no big deal.
But I am thinking of, and this is, and for AC, I mean, I'm actually thinking of, I had a couple of people that were on the Madden series, and they've been MIA, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should bring you in.
That. See, I love me some football. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
it works more or less the same as the created wrestlers in most wrestling games, except you put them on a team and hope that the team that they're on goes on a run. And I just skipped the regular season because I don't want to deal with all that shit. But I just go straight to the postseason, and the BS is streamlined into something that I'm happy that it caught on when it did, because it's now become something of a spectacle. But
just fun to watch.
And it is just fun to watch, really. So yeah, I'm gonna put you on there, like at least at the end of what is now season 5, I believe.
I look forward to it. I'll be there to see it, man.
I mean, I would mention what's gonna happen next season, but by then it will probably be outdated, so I'm not even gonna say it. I'll probably mention to that.
What's your favorite football team, by the way?
What's that?
What's your favorite football team, by the way?
Oh, that's easy. The Raiders.
Okay, were you pretty bummed that they moved to LA?
Or you mean Las Vegas? Yeah, I was.
Vegas, yeah.
I mean, because they were in LA when I was born, and then by the time they got back, it was in '95, and then yeah. I mean, I was bummed, but at least I understood why they did it. It was more because the stadium was just a dump.
The stadium sucks.
The stadium sucks. It's
it's
it's the last of those cookie cutter stadiums. A stadium that was built for 2 sports is built for none.
Yeah. So stupid. I don't know why. The city's just, it feels sense of the city too. It's like they don't want to put the money up for a new stadium or whatnot. I mean, it's just everybody's
cheap.
getting a new stadium, but yeah, it's
cheap. It's cheap, and it's like, I get it. You want to make as much money as you can without spending as much. I'm fine with that, but you got to give the people what they want, and so yeah, I understood why they moved. So it had less to do with the fact that they hated Oakland. It was just more they couldn't get the funding for the new stadium. So I wasn't really too upset about it, and I wasn't too surprised either. So, and it makes sense. I mean, Las Vegas is a destination, and I mean, the stadium itself, the new one in Las Vegas, I'm like, how do you put a stadium like that together?
Trying to SummerSlam, that's for sure.
Well, well, that's something that we'll have to see what happens when it does happen. So that much I will say. Um,
Yeah, I'll say this about the Raiders real fast.
yeah.
They should have moved to LA. If they're going to move, they should have moved to LA because there's way more there's way more Raider fans in LA than there are Charger fans.
The only problem is there's also two other teams there too, so that it probably wouldn't have worked there.
No, they should have got to LA before the Chargers tried to swoop in.
Oh
They should
yeah,
have did that first.
yeah. They probably should have. I don't know. Maybe there was something going on that I should have that none of us really know. So, but the only thing I do know is that the people of San Diego still love the Chargers. They just are upset with the owner who moved them to make
Messed
that
up.
to make that LA dollar. And I get it, you want to make money, but I'm like, at some point, you got to give the fans what they want.
And funny because they moved to a place with no fans.
Well,
Shoot, they're when they play the Raiders in LA, it's gonna be all silver and black. It's gonna be hilarious.
yeah, I mean, at least the Rams can say they have fans. I mean, given the fact that they were in the Super Bowl not that long ago.
But I mean, I think there are more Raider fans than Ram fans there.
That's the oxymoron of the whole thing. Emphasis
Yeah.
on
I
moron.
mean, I'm a weird guy. I like both the Niners and the Raiders. I'm a little bit more of a Niners fan, but I love the Raiders too, and I did not want to see them go. But man, it's gonna be shoot. I think actually we went down to LA. Niners went to LA before COVID in 2019. The last time we did down there with fans, there were more Niner fans there than Raider fans. I mean, than whatchamacallit,
Charger fans.
than no, not Charger fans, Rams fans.
Oh yeah.
And we were in the Coliseum. There's a whole bunch of red there. It
Yeah, I mean,
was like a
I could totally see. Hell, I could even see the Bills, the Buffalo Bills, going there, and there would be more Bills fans there. I bet you.
Cowboy fans. Ooh.
Yeah, don't get well. Actually, I do have an uncle who loves the Cowboys, so I'm not gonna get on them all that much. But
My cousin loves the Cowboys, and I still wonder why.
yeah, and that's another topic for another time. But well,
Yeah.
I'm going to end the show off here, but do check out Adrian Chamblee, and I'm pretty sure he has a couple of other channels to add on that. So for Adrian, I just want to do the usual sign off that I do with all of my guests, and that is, Adrian, have a good day and have a good night. God bless you.
You
Yeah.
too.
Yep. God bless
Thank
you. And best of luck in all of your future endeavors. And no, I'm not John Laurinaitis.
I gave it. Oh man. Hey, I got the John Laurinaitis treatment, man. I know how freaking I know how what's his name, Alistair Black feels, and Braun Strowman. I got
Yeah.
future endeavored.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't even talk about. Well, thank you for bringing that up. No, well, before we exit off here, personally,
Shit, we didn't.
how do you release someone that is a once in a generation superstar and Braun Strowman?
stupidity. I don't know. It's like you give the guy like with Aleister Black, you give somebody who has you just gave him a new character. You just started a program with Biggie. You go to all these vignettes, and then you give him start a program with Biggie, and then you fire him.
Yeah, and then not to mention Braun, who just lost not that long ago at WrestleMania's or I was gonna say Backlash, but it's WrestleMania Backlash. I'm not sure why they added the WrestleMania surname to it, but still, the fact that turned out to be his last match, I'm like, wow, what a way to go out on a whimper.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he was in the main event, though. It's like, the guy's a main eventer. I mean, at one point, he was the hottest thing in WWE. There's back when they were, like, trying to really shove Roman Reigns down our throats. But, like, the hottest guy in WWE at that time was Braun Strowman. Everyone was on that bandwagon, man. He was a...
all the women wanted to get those hands.
Pretty much.
Well, I guess they would have. I guess they would have had they known that he was already. Actually, I don't even know if he was married or not. Maybe he was. I don't know. Not my business. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Yeah, it's all good. But like he was the 2017. He was like he should have been a top babyface in 2017. He should have been the guy to beat Brock. He should have beat Brock at I would have him beat him at SummerSlam.
Yeah, like have him go to WrestleMania, compete for the championship, or make him the champion. I don't care what you do, but you got to put that guy over. And the fact that it took until like when the shutdown happened at WrestleMania 36, when it should have happened 2 years earlier, it was kind of the classic case of pulling the trigger late. But I'm happy that he got it, but I'm just sad that it ended the way that it did.
Get this too. The only reason why he got it because Roman Reigns pulled out, so he wasn't even their first choice. I
just facepalmed right now.
Yep. Exactly. He wasn't even their first. Yeah. And then he wins with no fans. Yeah. Every time he's been champion, there's been no fans to like really like say, "Hey, I did it," you know? Like, no fans, no nothing. He's just, man. WrestleMania last year was weird. Yeah. It wasn't a completely bad show or anything like that, but I remember watching that, like, with the shutdown and everything. It was kind of weird. Had a weird feeling to it. I was watching it, and man, it was crazy. I remember, like, the year before, see all these fans, it was loud. It was, you had the big set and everything. And then 36, it was just the Performance Center. And it's like, this is crazy. And I remember it was like rainy outside by doors. It just felt gloomy. It's like the setting was actually kind of like, and to say the same was like a little perfect for like the whole situation outside my door because it was raining outside and everything. But it was weird. It was a weird show. You know?
And well, at least for Braun, at least he can now negotiate a big deal for himself, and good for him. I mean, he's gonna. I honestly believe that he'll get the best deal he can for himself, just because he's not a dummy. I mean, you can call him a lot of things, but he's not a dummy when it comes to getting the best deal for himself.
TJ, I got 3 words for you.
What?
All Elite Wrestling.
And to end off this show, as you mentioned it, we go from a guy that went out with a whimper to a guy that went out with a bang. Well, in the literal sense. It happened in All Elite Wrestling. And I believe during the summer, Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper, but now will be forever known as John Huber. He debuts not long before that, and he becomes the TNT champion and beats Cody. And the reason I say going out with a bang was the very last match that he had. Do you remember it?
I didn't see it. You know what? Because I wasn't watching wrestling at the time. I was going through my shit. I was kind of not really watching at the time, and I was working a lot too, so I didn't really get a chance to
Oh wow.
really pay it to watch it in the first place. But I didn't see his match, and I really want. That's one of the reasons why I want to watch AEW because I heard his Talkers Jericho podcast like a couple of weeks before he passed away, and I was like, man, this guy, everybody was talking about him too. I was like, man, Brody Lee's he's a good dude, man. You should talk really highly of him. Man, I see him as Luke Harper all the time, and he was a good wrestler, but I didn't really think too much of him at the time because of he was just the guy on the side. So I was like, oh, okay, he was the sidekick. He wasn't the main dude, but when he was with the Dark Order, he was the leader of the Dark Order.
Yeah,
So he was the
and
main dude, and it's like,
yeah, he like several of my friends who also do wrestling shows on YouTube have stated that Brody Lee is the very reason that Dark Order is where it is today, and that is a legitimate faction to be reckoned with. And I have to agree with them. But the reason I mentioned Brody Lee in his what turned out to be his last match was that match. If you ever get a chance to see it, Mr. Adrian Chamblee, for once in your life, that one was the one to go out on a bang with.
I'm sure it's on YouTube, so I'm gonna take a look on it afterwards.
Sure.
After this, I'm gonna give me something to eat. Take a
True.
look at that match because I'm pretty sure I could see it, man. But
Oh, absolutely.
it, yeah, I
Well,
remember my friend texted me that he.
oh, sorry.
I remember my friend. No, it's okay. I remember my friend texted me that he passed away, and it was like he texted me saying, "Hey, Luke Harper died." I'm like, "What?" And
I,
it's like I
I,
remember he was gone for a long time at AEW, and then it
yeah,
kind of dawned on me said that's why he was gone. He was sick,
and
man.
I was so sad when I found out
Crazy.
about it, and I'll never forget that. But that's another story for another time. But for all of us
I'm
here, I may as well do the outro once and for all. From all
sorry
of
about
us
that.
here,
Go ahead.
it's good to it was great to have Adrian Chamblee on the show. But for everybody else, this is TehJew22 signing off, saying goodbye. And I don't know who my next guest will be, but I hope I will have as much fun as I did with Mr. Adrian Chamblee. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So you can say goodbye.
Good night. Have a good one, man. Take care.
All right. Peace.